It's that wonderful time of the year again where Christmas is over, all of the enthusiasts have built their Connect roller coasters that they got for Christmas, and where last season's merch hoodies are starting to fade a little bit in the wash. They've been worn so much over winter, and enthusiasts are itching to get back in parks. Here in the UK, we can't really ride roller coasters much in the winter because of our weather. So thankfully, we have the sunniest place in England, Blackpool, who open up their roller coasters early for us in the season while we wait for the real theme parks to open. One of the best things about having a day out at Blackpool Pleasure Beach is that if it's a rainy day and you've had bad operations all day, none of the rides are open, or you've just got a lot of back pain from riding the wooden roller coasters, there is the Velvet coaster waiting for you afterwards, which is actually just a Wetherspoons in case you don't know what it is. If walls could talk in Velvet coaster, I'm sure they'd have a lot to say about roller coaster enthusiasts on Blackpool opening day. But as this isn't a drama channel and I don't want to gossip, I'm going to talk rather about the business Blackpool Pleasure Beach today and some of their weird decisions and some of their great decisions maybe that they've been making already in this season of 2025. If you want to come with me, we can have a look at what is closing this year, what's opening this year. I'll give you a clue, it's not much. And we're going to have a little chat about whether that's actually a good thing or not for Blackpool. And I'm just going to put this out there as a prerequisite. My good friend James Smiles says,
Louise, you're the only person I know that can freak me the fuck out.
My good friend James Smiles says, if a park is making budget cuts, we should be excited about something new coming and what they're about to spend that money on that they've saved, which is a lovely mantra to start chanting before we enter into the news that I'm about to deliver. And if you haven't heard it already, it's not brilliant, but it's okay because James Smiles says it'll be okay. So as the UK's theme park season is springing back into life, Blackpool Pleasure Beach has kicked off 2025 with significant changes, exciting developments and a successful opening weekend that has enthusiasts buzzing.
I'm just editing this video and I just wanted to let you guys know I am wearing a top here. I know it doesn't look like it, but I am wearing a top.
I'm not sure how long you guys have been into theme parks for, if you even don't like theme parks and you're here, which is actually a surprising amount of my viewers don't like theme parks. I don't know what you're here for. Why are you here? You can stay, but why are you here? If you don't know, Blackpool Pleasure Beach historically hasn't had the most amazing open days in terms of operations. Picture this, you have been rocking back and forth, stimming in the corner of your living room for 4 months, maybe. November, December. Blackpool Pleasure Beach was open in December. So just January and February. It's only been 2 months, guys, come on. Imagine it's been 2 months, you've been rocking back and forth in a corner in your room waiting to get back on some UK creds. And you travel all the way up to Blackpool, which I can say this because I'm from the north. It leaves a lot to be desired, Blackpool, so you better be going there for a good reason. You've travelled there and nothing is open. And you are stuck with the mouldy Alice in Wonderland ride, the absolutely haunted liminal space that is the Tunnel of Love, and some back-breaking vintage wooden coasters, which again, I'm going to quote my good friend James Smiles, who has a lot of interesting things to say. Go watch his videos. It's a museum. Blackpool Pleasure Beach is a bit of a museum. Can you imagine that disappointment? This is why I think a lot of theme park enthusiasts hold so much for Blackpool Pleasure Beach. It's a lot of pressure, and wow, did they deliver with some surprises. I'll give you some good news first though. They opened up Nickelodeon Land and they actually only charged about half the price of a normal entry fee to get into Nickelodeon Land. So there were some pretty good roller coasters there, some good rides. I think that was a good choice from Blackpool and pretty generous, especially since it's half price and you could probably just have a nice afternoon there, to be honest. And it was good timing as well because it was over the February half term. So you obviously got the, I forgot the word, children, and they're going to be raiding Nickelodeon Land. Does Nickelodeon still exist? If TV licensing is watching this, I don't watch cable TV, so I don't know. I don't know if Nickelodeon's still around. So they also had an adventure package which they could give to people, which was I think £40 per person, where they could go to Nickelodeon Land, the Ripley's Believe It or Not. Has anyone actually been there? Have you been to Believe It or Not? I haven't. I don't know what it is. It looks like something I'd be very scared of, I'll be honest. Yeah, I don't know. Is it worth visiting? We've got adventure golf and a skating session at Blackpool Resort Arena. And that's the end of our good news. You ready for this? So there are some major ride closures at Blackpool. You know how we were sad about Blade closing? Well, they didn't warn us. We are entitled to know. Imagine that times 5, okay? There's some pretty drastic changes going on at Blackpool. If they're spending money, it's got to be for good. If they're spending money, it's got to be for good. I'm going to go straight out there and just list them for you. Eddie Stobart Convoy, a 2002 junior track ride. Alpine Rally, a 1961 junior track ride, formerly known as Thor's Turnpike. Thompson Carousel, a 1977 vintage carousel. Gallopers, a 1979 carousel ride. Red Arrow Skyforce, a 2015 Gerstlauer Skyfly ride. No! I never got to beat my record on that. I'm so annoyed. You know, there were people whose special interest was spinning on that ride. What are they doing now? It's not just because I like flying. I got it in there. It's not just because I like planes and flying. That was a really good ride and it was so unique. Like, that for me was worth travelling to Blackpool for. I haven't actually been on it for the last 3 times I've been to Blackpool. It was a really good ride and I loved it. It looked clean. It was so British, which just fits in with like a British seaside town theming. I loved it. Was that a military budget cut or was that because Blackpool? I would love to know how much the Red Arrows were involved in funding that. This is a little bit of a tangent here. Hear me out. I would take that Red Arrows ride over any of those scary little seaside simulators you get in like Bournemouth. That one really makes me sad. So why are Blackpool getting rid of these? Here's some potential reasons. The park explained that rider data showed that these attractions had some of the lowest throughput and that these closures, here we go James, would allow us to reinvest into a bigger and better future. Yes! That's really good news. In fairness to Blackpool, if they need anything new, they can't really cram it in anywhere. It's so compact, so intricately woven together that they're gonna have to get rid of some stuff. And did they really need that many carousels? I don't think they do. As long as they can keep derby races. I did that first. And this follows the earlier closure of the 1960s Grand Prix ride, which was removed to make room for future developments. And recent visitors have noticed that the Grand Prix site has been completely clear. Whoa! When I last went there, it looked like just a complete train wreck. But, I mean, no shade to Blackpool, but I think they can get away with it because, it looked a complete mess, but it didn't stand out. I don't know. Is that mean? It was horrible, but it matched the aesthetic. Disney have to put up those fake buildings and things to cover up building sites. Nope. Blackpool were it's here. Fair play, Amanda. I would love to meet her. Amanda Thompson, if you're watching this, because she might be. She's crazy. In a good way. Please, can we go for a coffee or can we go to the Velvet Coaster, Mandy? I will share a Purple Rain with you. We'll get one each. So, this opening day at Blackpool was actually a pretty successful launch, especially compared to previous years as we discussed. Operational issues have often been a really big pitfall for Blackpool Revolution, which is closed at 4 p.m, so can't go on it. Most things are closed now, including Steeplechase as well. Having seen some of the videos from the day, it looked like it was a very, very busy day, which melts my heart. Because first of all, I wasn't there, didn't have to queue, but it does just show that there's still a growing passion for theme parks here in the UK. There's so many of us little nerds that are just yeah, I'm gonna come out of my little hermit shell and I'm gonna hang out with everyone else with their Nemesis hoodies and chill with everyone. It's just really lovely, isn't it? And just to top it all off, they had some pretty good weather. Do any of you guys find weather interesting? Because I love meteorology and I am so excited to do a video soon about Met. But I don't think anyone's going to watch it. I'll just watch it myself. So there are some signs of some future plans coming into action at Blackpool already, which you probably already know about, but I'm going to remind you anyway because it was kind of news to me. I don't know a lot about anything, guys. So Ice Blast, which has had a few different names over its existence at Blackpool, Tango Ice Blast, is now being rethemed to Launchpad. Isn't that cute? Space theme, right next to Valhalla, the Viking theme. Yep. Is there any point in having theming? So it's going to have a little chamber to enhance the ride experience. I'm looking forward to seeing how they do that. I'm just going to say, like, Blackpool are clearly very capable of finding companies that can do some very good theming. I just wish that it was more consistent. And we've also got the river caves, the haunting tunnel of love. They've put up a cryptic sign saying it's being reimagined. Oh my gosh. I hope it's Nando's themed. Someone commented on one of my videos that we should have something Nando's themed, and I've not been able to get that idea out of my head. Can you imagine the smells and like the mashed potato section, or like the mac and cheese, or like the wings, and you could have the chicken slaughterhouse, as we said, that's coming to the Minecraft area in Chessington. That's just going to be brilliant. I don't think it's going to be Nando's, by the way. Just would really like that. I'm hungry. And since the Vengeance Most Foul film from the Wallace and Gromit series, people have been speculating that there's going to be a new scene in the Thrill-O-Matic ride. I just wish they didn't use the word thrill in it. They're thinking of having some VIP experiences, which is exciting. Maybe taking inspiration from some other parks here in the UK who are charging £90 for a lift hill walk on Nemesis Inferno. Oh my gosh, I mean Nemesis Reborn. Oh my gosh, don't shoot me. This is the end of my short-lived YouTube career. So that'll be nice. People get to go under the tracks and see different places like Wardrobe. I'm looking forward to that. I won't do it, but I think that's a nice thing to do. It's difficult for Blackpool Pleasure Beach to feel alive and bustling when I guess the actual seaside town itself is really like hanging on by a thread. It's not the bustling holiday location it used to be. It's got a pretty bad reputation in terms of safety, so fewer families really want to go. And there's often, other than at Pleasure Beach, not a lot new being opened. So kind of once you've done it, you've done it. Oh, I will say, I did see Diversity there. That was good. Like the dancing band. Street dance. If you go to Blackpool Pleasure Beach on the right day, you have two opportunities to meet Michael Jackson. One, you've got Madame Tussauds, and two, sometimes Scott William Smith is at Blackpool Pleasure Beach.
I had a bit of fireworks hit my crotch. It was an experience.
So I have no doubt that Amanda Thompson, CEO of Blackpool, has been watching closely the enthusiast reactions to all of the closures we've had at Towers and other parks. So in one way, she's kind of taken one for the team and just gone, right, you guys have closed 2 rides, well, I'm going to do 5. I think it's a very brave move, especially since, you know, we all know what's coming, don't we? Universal! Please be dinosaurs! Oh my gosh, I hope there's dinosaurs. We know Universal's coming. There's a lot of pressure on Merlin, Blackpool, other theme parks at Nemesis Inferno to actually stay afloat and be competitive. And it's going to be getting increasingly hard. So I hope that this bad news is actually really good news. Thank you, James Smiles, for the positivity in the industry. I will say though, James, your positivity sort of drained when you got drunk at Legoland. Go watch his YouTube videos. I'm going to finish just by asking you guys if you've been to Blackpool Pleasure Beach opening day. Would you do any of the VIP experiences? Which ride will you miss most? And please tell me it's the Red Arrows. And what would you put in those places instead? If you guys want to know about the time I accidentally bought a carousel, please comment. Thank you so much for watching. Finally, if you're interested in chatting about theme parks with other people who love them too, or you just want to make some friends in the community, come join a Discord that I've just started. There's a few of us in there already. We're just eagerly waiting for you to join. Have a look in the description and come join the Discord if you want to be friends. I'm on there all the time. Not to scare you away, but okay. Really sold that one. For a channel that takes an interest in marketing, I'm not very good at it myself. Thank you for watching.